welcome back. Because I'm stupid and I forgot to wash both of my gis, I can't go to jiu-jitsu today. I don't want to pay the $25 rental gi fee when I've got two that I'm just stupid enough not to wash. So I've decided I'll do a easy video today, hopefully. Just gonna jump on my bike, ride around, talk you through, just like the previous two videos. They're probably a year ago now. Time seems to fly here. And give an update of where we've been at, because I don't think we've published a video for 2 months. I've just put out one, which is a video on why to move to the US rather than Australia if you're coming from the UK, or I guess anywhere in the world, and what bits we like about it. Hopefully people receive it well. It's always interesting, these types of things, because people have such strong opinions and don't realize that other people have differing opinions. Fortunately, most people are sensible and kind, but some people are not, but hopefully people enjoy it. First update is finally got Selena to buy a mountain bike. She was originally on a urban bike because she thought it was going to be a lot less complicated, but she came around to mountain biking very recently. Not out on mountain bike trails, but getting on a mountain bike because they're a lot more comfortable and a lot easier to ride. So we ended up getting her this Canyon Spectral On, which I love so much. I now want one, but people seem to also love my bike, so I don't want to get rid of it because other people like it, but I prefer this. Welcome to the ride. Last time I think I took out the scooter, so I don't think I've been out on a ride. Hopefully the camera picks this up fairly well. We are going to buy somewhere sooner rather than later, although sooner maybe a year and a half. We spent some time looking into all of the permits that I guess Clark County or Las Vegas have given out to new areas, and we located some areas actually right at the top of where we live that we would like to move to. However, the problem at the moment is very high interest rates and when the build times come up. So they're only just breaking ground and grading the land there, which means it's probably at least 9 months out from the first homes going up or being ready, but certainly and not till interest rates come down to around 5% would we be capable of buying what we want. The main thing we don't like about our place is it's a 4-bed 3-bath, but it's quite a small one, which is funny for us to say now because 2,300 or 2,400 square feet is not small by any stretches of the imagination, but you do get used to the size and you kind of grow into it and you feel the space. But we really need a third garage. We want to get some toys, and we also want to be able to store our bikes comfortably. We also want to build a full gym in the garage or garage, which currently we can't do. It's just too small. One half currently is gym, and it's not a full gym, and the other half is for the car and everything else we've got up on the shelves that you've seen. This is a super nice area now. They've recently finished this within the last few months. All right, where have we been? Because we haven't put out, as I said, haven't put out videos for a couple of months. Selena's been to the UK, I think England, Scotland, possibly Spain, Canada. She's currently in Canada again. Personally, I think we've been a couple of places. The one I can think of right now is New Orleans. So we spent 3 or 4 days there, and I did record it, but I just didn't love the video. I might put it out at some point, but it's really hard when you're not into the video when you're editing it to spend the time editing. So as I was mentioning, Selena has finally chosen to have a mountain bike, and surprisingly is doing way better than I anticipated. So of course you can ride a mountain bike like a normal bike, but if you're going to go out on any trails or anything a little bit more complex than pavement and street riding, you do need to learn some skills, like for example this here, which is how to go down a set of steps, how to hang off the back of the bike, and various other fairly basic mountain bike skills. Surprisingly, she's pretty much done exactly what I've told her to. She didn't learn to ride a bike until maybe 5 or 6 years ago, so it's all still relatively new, and mountain biking is definitely new to her. She's had no major incidents, follows the instruction really well, and fairly good in terms of just committing to the move and going for it. I always talk her through what to do, how to bail out, why you don't do certain things, except the last time she went out for a ride, we'd done 90% of the ride, and then I had an issue with the motor on my bike, and I'm looking down and she went off to bump up a curb, and the next thing I can hear is a tire dragging. I look up, and she's hit the deck. I took my eyes off her for 45 seconds. First crash in 5 years. It's like when you have a child and you take your eyes off them for 5 seconds and somehow they've pulled all of the flour out, turned all the taps on and fallen into the bin. I was gonna say trash can, I'm becoming American. Anyway, a bit more about the area. Actually, let me pull over to the side. Very difficult to see, but over there in the distance is the entirety of the Las Vegas Strip. And this is one of the new areas that we're going over to that they're developing. One of the things that they're going to do, which they haven't at the moment, is they're building a new downtown area, which is the part that we're looking forward to the most, which will have shops and hopefully a gym, all of the stuff that people need. At the moment, we have to travel out of where we are to somewhere else, which isn't that much fun. And I would rather be able to just jump on my bike like I am now and ride straight to the location. As you can see over here, they're building the multi-story homes. So I don't know what this area is called. It's in between Reverence and Red Point Square. It might still be Red Point Square, I'm not sure. But they have decided they're not just going to do the standard single story or double story homes. They're doing 3-story homes, and I don't know, there's potentially 4-story homes here also. I know the mountains and the dust isn't for everybody, but I still absolutely love it here. I definitely prefer forested, but to me it's still visually really spectacular. Oh, the lights don't work at all of these, so if you see me going through red lights, it's because it's a new area and not all of them are functional. Some of them are, some of them aren't. As you can see, it's all construction here. So what do we have coming up? Oh, we're going to California. We are going to Big Bear Lake, I think, for 3 nights. Looks really fun. We decided what we will do is we're going to get a stealth hitch for our X5, which means they install a hitch that you can't see unless there's an attachment on it, so it fits under the car. I don't really like the way tow bars hitches look when you can see them visually when there's nothing on there. It's a little bit more expensive, but not that much. So what our plan is to pick different areas with lakes or scenic places in the US on the West Coast, and then chuck our bikes on the back, drive there, enjoy the places for 3 days or so, and then move on to another area. And that way we'll get to experience a little bit more of America. I said to Selena that we will be recording it because we haven't recorded so much, but she's dubious now because I refused to put out the last 2 videos. She says she's not wasting her effort and precious time off recording if I'm not prepared to edit and upload. This area is called Reverence. This has been here a little while, and I only just discovered I could ride through it last week on a ride with Selena. It's still within Summerlin. It's just within Summerlin. I think Summerlin's the master plan community, and then within that you have villages. I think that's what they call them. You can see there's their clubhouse. What we would love to move into, there's a new area being built which we can buy into now if we could afford it, that has a clubhouse, a gym, swimming pools. I can't remember what they're calling the area. I'll look it up and put it into the video. Absolutely beautiful in South Summerlin. However, most of the properties are 1.6 million and up. At 7% interest rate is not affordable, or even close to being affordable for us. Back at 3%, maybe. So what we're trying to do is get something with as many amenities as we possibly can, but for 1.25 million, and also hope that the rates come down to 5%. It is currently 11 AM and it's 37 degrees. It's probably going to go up to about 42 Celsius today. I'm guessing that's 110 Fahrenheit for America, give or take. So it can get very warm. However, because it is a dry heat and it's not humidity, I haven't broken a sweat yet, and I've been riding for 3.4 miles. So even in this strange area, they've built tennis courts, kids play area, some toilets. Oh, volleyball. Strange, but it exists. And basketball over to the left. And what I'm gonna do is go around the dirt track, go back towards where I live and show you the area that we really want to move to. Hopefully the pricing is correct. Hopefully the timing is correct. Hopefully interest rates next year come down, or they offer really good offers on that first phase to get in whilst it's still dust, and then the interest rates won't be such a problem. We're also coming back to the UK in a few months. I can't remember when I was last there, a year ago maybe, or it'll be a year by the time I get there at least. But yeah, we're both going to be in Europe. I think Selena's actually in Spain, and then I'll fly into the UK and she'll meet me there. And then she flies to DC or somewhere. It's right in between her birthday and our anniversary. I think she's away over both in different locations, so I thought I'd meet her somewhere that we can fly in, have a nice few days, and then we can fly out. Ah, there we go. That's the name of this place, Kestrel Village in Summerlin. Anyone that's watched our Australia videos will know that we absolutely love the place, and we really want to go back, but it's so expensive and it's so far. We would love to go back this year, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it work. But I think next year, potentially, we'll be able to get back over there. The more I think about it, the more I could easily live there. And I've been telling friends, definitely think about it as an option to go to. And if it's between the UK and Australia, there's no comparison. Don't consider the UK. All right, we're nearly back to where I want to show you. This has been uphill now for 2 miles. Luckily, it's a pedal assist bike, but still. One of the interesting differences between Selena and I is if I'm at about 130 beats per minute when I'm checking my Apple Watch, when I can be bothered to wear it, she could be at 170 to 190. So although we're doing the same thing, her heart is working so much harder. She works out a lot, probably maybe not as much exertion as I do, but as many days at least at cardio as I do. But it's much harder for her to get cardio fit. So we're trying to add in 2 days a week where she comes out on the bike as well. I can't remember what she does, bar, boot camp, kettlebells, all kinds of different stuff. But I think the all-round cardio fitness of riding the bike might help quite a lot, I hope. Yeah, it is asking a lot of her, but she's not really a complainer, so if she can fit extra exercise in, she does. Hopefully falling off her bike didn't knock her confidence. She seemed okay. They've semi-built what I'm assuming will be the standard here. So very similar to lots of other places in the US that do have cycle paths, and at least very similar to Australia, because we just saw it there in Melbourne. You've got the cycle path and then a walking path right alongside it. I've never seen this in Vegas. I'm sure it does exist, but this is the first time I'm seeing it. And it's nice that they have this idea, because hopefully all of the other parts of this whole area will include that, and it'll encourage people to use their bikes for transportation. And hopefully it will encourage the town, city, HOA to put in places you can leave your bike safely, because I don't see anywhere to lock your bikes outside of shops. I would happily ride my bike if I could lock it up safely, but there doesn't appear to be anywhere that I've found. So hopefully this is the start, and you'll see this is the only part that I know of that has that, because it's the end. So then you have to somehow get out here. There we go. We're now getting towards the very top of our road, or the 2 roads that surround where we live, and where we intend to buy. Okay, to the left is the first option, which is not our primary option. I think it comes under Woodside in the US. It's a Japanese company that is the parent company of these companies, but they're calling it Shawood, not sure. Building fairly big homes, 3,000 square foot and up, I think to 3,300. So this would be the first option there. Large lots, large homes. They haven't released any of the details, but as long as it's got a 3-car garage and we're facing that way, I would more than happily buy one. Option 2 is the next road along, which is this raised part here, which again, this is Tri-Point. We both love Tri-Point homes. We love their windows. Any of the houses on these outside lots here to our left would be perfect. Who knows how much they're going to be. You see, there's going to be further development here. All around this area is going to be a park homes. I think they're calling it Grand Park. So as far as I know from the information that they've released, it's going to be the biggest park in Summerlin, which will be great. And then at the bottom where we just came up from is Urban Core, which is where shops, meeting areas, cafes, food will be. They're also building homes up here. So as far as I know, they're building them up here. And to the left, and straight ahead. So we'll go straight ahead to show you that location, and then I will head home. I'm very sad, but I'm sure lots of people enjoy this also. But sometimes I come up just to watch the heavy machinery. To me, there's something so cool about them. And just beyond the heavy machinery is the strip again. Everything here beyond the curb, these are all going to be homes and houses. Some of them are going to be elevated. Some of them are all going to be down this side here. So it could be another spot. So that's the end of the tour. Hopefully people enjoy these videos. They're a bit random and not exactly what our channel is, but it seemed people enjoyed the first ones. I enjoy being out on my bike and just rambling, which is pretty much all I do now. So thanks for watching.